Hi, I'm Lori Fleckett of Soltar Solutions, and I'm here today to talk about soaring to new heights, innovation, soaring to new heights. And basically, we're talking about the subconscious behavior patterns that are holding us back. This is part 3. In part 1, I talked about the negative messages that children get each day and how those negative messages are forming the subconscious mind and they're imprinted in the subconscious mind. I also talked about how our belief stems from the time before we're 6 years old, where most of those subconscious messages are imprinted in our mind. And what ends up happening is we go through our 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond thinking that we can't do something, when in reality, a 3, 4, 5-year-old may not have been able to do it, but a 20, 30, 40-year-old is absolutely able to do it. However, we keep those subconscious messages in our mind, and those subconscious messages keep holding us back from achieving our greatness. So what I need to, runny nose, what I need to talk about with you today is how we can take our subconscious mind and position our subconscious mind to actually have a healthy fear and not afraid of things that we should be and could be doing to move us forward. So what I want us to do is, and if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, by all means, go back and look at those, because there's tons of great information. We talk about how we're going through over 50% of our day in autopilot, and if we can get out of autopilot, what we're able to do is to excel. Very interesting. I had so many interviews yesterday. I was on TV and I did 6 television interviews, and I was able to do 2 interviews with her name is Daniela Tudor, and I did 2 interviews with her. She just got back from Necker Island, spending a week with Richard Branson. And when I talked to her about how she's able to do so many things, how is she able to start companies and create apps and work a regular job and do all the and spend a week with Richard Branson on his island. I mean, how is she able to do all this? And what she said to me is she just focuses in on what it is that she's doing at any given moment. If she's with friends, she's 100% present with friends. If she's at work, she's 100% present. When she's working on her app, she's 100% present. So being able to be 100% present where you are at any given moment is really fueling you forward, because our subconscious keeps taking us to other places. So if we're 100% present, we're really able to move that needle and really position ourselves for much more success than we would normally have if our brain is scattered all over, or if we're going through the motions almost like a little robot, a robot that's charged up every night and gets up in the morning ready to go and ready to take on the day, but our subconscious is kind of ruling us and moving us along, and we're not really in that place of consciousness. So what we really need to do is to really think about ways that we can kind of come together and stop being so fragmented and move ourselves forward using this information. So let me dive right in. The relationship between innovation and being in a place of fear, there's a direct relation. The higher your fear, the lower your innovation. So when we look at that, the important point to remember is, as much as we can stay away from being fearful, the more we're going to be able to tap into the innovation and creativity. I'm sure you've heard the acronym, that fear is just an acronym for false information appearing real. Or, false, what is it? Well, you know what it is. I got that one wrong, but I know what it is. Anyway, it's not really fear. The things that we are afraid of are usually based on our subconscious, and they're back to where the time before we were 6 years old, when we had a lot more fear. Right now, we don't really need to be having that fear, and a lot of the things that we're afraid of aren't really going to happen anyway. So let's just try to eliminate fear, or at least pull that fear back so we're not experiencing unnecessary fear. And I do have a cheat sheet here that I'm working from. The other thing is, the higher our innovation, the higher our success. So looking at that, when we are in a place of innovation, we're coming up with new ideas for our success. And when our ego is higher, when our fear, which fear usually stimulates ego. The reason why people have big egos is because they're afraid of something. So the higher our fear, the higher our ego, the higher our biases. Yes, we are biased against other people, other situations, other things. When we try to eradicate our fear, bring down our ego, the most successful people that I've ever met are very low on the ego scale. Yeah, they have ego. I mean, there's a healthy ego, and then there's an ego that's off the charts. These people are almost ego neutral, and they're open to new ideas. They're open to suggestions. Their fear level is very, very low. They're very, very innovative. They're very successful because they're able to absorb from other people, from the universe. Their ego is very low. They're always willing and ready to learn something. And they're kind of like little sponges, absorbing information from the universe. And they're not evaluating that information as it's coming in. They're accepting that information and determining, is that information something that I need? Not is it good or bad? Is that information something I need? Is it something that's useful to me? Is it something that's useful to those around me? And they kind of categorize the information that's coming in. In this way, they're not afraid of the information. They're not afraid that people are pushing information on them. They're just accepting that information and categorizing that information. It's really a much better way when you think about using these techniques. It's much better than spending your time trying to determine, oh, this information, why is this person telling me this? And are they saying it this because of this and that? That's our subconscious. That's our subconscious. Someone giving you a great compliment. Oh, you look fabulous today. That is not saying you don't look great other days. That's simply saying you look awesome today. So take things as they come to you, and not try to send them through the subconscious filters that are going to err on the side of negative because of those 300 some negative messages we're receiving a day per positive message. So when we're going through our life, just try to accept the things that are coming in, figure out if they're useful. If they're not useful, you don't need them. If they're useful, take them and use them to your advantage, but really try to combat that fear that we're experiencing and really put it in perspective. I think that's what I should say. One of the ways that we can go about dealing with the subconscious behavior patterns and the subconscious mind, these messages, it's like a cluttered closet. All these messages are in there, and those messages are from the time that we're very, very young. The way that we can open up that closet and clear that closet out is to actually revisit some of those messages. Are those messages valid for me now? Are they true to my life as it is? Are they helping us? Are they beneficial? Do we really need those messages? And as you're looking at these messages and clearing your closet out and seeing what fits and what doesn't, you're able to then create messages that you want to aspire to, that you want to have be part of your life. And we call those affirmations. And affirmations are positive statements said in the now. So it's not, I will be this in the future. It's, I am experiencing this. I am this now. Those affirmations will help to retrain our subconscious. It's almost like we're getting rid of the garbage and we're putting in great new things. You're getting rid of the old clothes in the closet and you're bringing in the new things that fit you well, that you feel awesome in, that you look great in, that are really going to take you into this life that you want to lead. If affirmations are a lot like that. They're what take us into the future. But it's almost like what we want in the future, we say it in the now, and we're tricking the subconscious into believing that we already have those things. So then the subconscious believes our messages, goes into overdrive to make that affirmation a reality. So we can very easily trick the subconscious mind. It's just that there's systems that we have in place to do that. The affirmations will help to combat those negative messages we're experiencing. They'll fortify us and they bring good things to us. They attract what it is we want in our life. So we don't have to work as hard to get what we want. We can attract it, be a physical being that is attracting those good things that we want in our life. And we can do that through affirmations. And also, affirmations keep us on track to our goals. So we set goals, that's the conscious mind. We set those goals, we write them down. So that's our activity in our goal. We look at those, we post them somewhere where we can see them as if they've already happened, tricking the subconscious that this has already taken place. And then we use affirmations on a daily basis to reinforce them. We also use visualization. I know you've seen me talk about Fun with Visualization and Star Pillmore's 30-day visualization program. This has been instrumental in helping me. I also recommend my clients go through this program. And what ends up happening is they're not only working with me towards the goal, but they're also working with Star towards the visualization. And this is absolutely amazing. Another thing that I interviewed this woman yesterday. Just take a look at this. I mean, this is amazing. Nadia Giordani. This is absolutely amazing. Before and after. And the way that she did this was she said she started praying and she started using affirmations and she started using visualization. And she said she didn't follow any diet plan. She just basically knew what to do, as we all do. You eat less calories. You maybe do a little bit more exercise, although she said she had an injury. She lost 88 pounds and has kept it off. She's fabulous. She looks fabulous. It's a great book because it's very inspirational. That's the other thing, is we need to bring inspiration into our life. Hopefully you find these videos inspirational. The other book that she wrote is Reinventing. Reinventing. Imagine reinventing yourself. Imagine the power in that. And basically she just used a lot of the things that I'm talking about here. And the other thing that affirmations do is they help you to reinforce your personal power. So that's great. The power of visualization, I talk about it all the time. You cannot visualize too much. When they told you stop daydreaming, they were wrong. You need to step up that daydreaming. Do more daydreaming. Daydream more and more. Daydream on a regular basis. Also, you need some action with that daydreaming. But that's absolutely what you need to move forward. Action together with visualization, affirmations, a little bit of reinvention, using those positive messages, cleaning out the closet. The other thing about innovation is innovation leaves clues, which is another really cool thing. The average person isn't going to think about maybe doing some amazing thing. Maybe the average person doesn't need to lose 88 pounds. Maybe the average person isn't going to be like Richard Branson and they're going to charter a plane that's going to start their airline, which is going to fuel their empire. No, the average person might not be thinking about that. But the average person can use some of these techniques to become more innovative, more creative, and achieve more success. Also, the average person could try to get in touch with their subconscious mind and try to clean out the subconscious mind and use some of the affirmations and the visualization and the things like that. because the subconscious mind is really like a huge wall in front of us, and we keep hitting that wall and going back. If we can figure out a way to blow that wall out of there, imagine how far we can go and how fast we can go there. And most people are afraid to say something because they're afraid people are going to perceive it as stupid. In reality, you know, you've heard it before, there are no stupid ideas. Also, we can take an idea that may not be the best idea, but we can work with that idea to create something really awesome. A lot of people have come up with brilliant ideas by starting out at a place where the idea may have not been so good. And don't be so hard on yourself. Why do you have to come up with every brilliant idea right out of the bat like that? You don't. You don't. Give yourself some credit. The other thing is allow yourself to come up with a stupid idea. So what? So what? You came up with a stupid idea. Did 100,000 people die? No, nothing really happened. You came up with a stupid idea. Now you can say, what would make that idea better? All right, that might not be the best idea, but how can I take that kernel and use that kernel to create another idea, something brilliant, something dynamic, something vibrant, something that solves problems for people? I mean, really, I think that we spend too much time being very hard on ourselves, coming down very, very rough and firm. We don't need to do that. We had that when we were kids, okay? We don't need to do that now. We should be through with that. Just allow yourself the freedom to float through innovation, float through ideas. You don't need to have everything perfect and be perfect. There is no such thing. Don't even aspire to it. Aspire to make mistakes. Now, every single magazine you pick up, what do they say? Fail fast. Fail faster. Don't be afraid of your failures. See your failures as successes. I mean, it's just constant. So the dogs are going to bark. I'm just going to let you know. There's nothing I can do about it. And then for innovation, when you're putting on brainstorming sessions, maybe you're getting together with a group of friends and you want to come up with some innovative ideas, always have a scribe. Very important to capture those ideas. So you have somebody writing them down as you're coming up with them. The other thing is it's freeing people's mind that are coming up with these ideas. Okay, we got these ideas. Next, what are the next ideas? And write everything down. And don't judge those ideas as they're coming. Just get all those ideas down, get them down on paper, and then later on you can go back and you can look at which ideas are the best ideas for right now. How do these ideas need to be adjusted? How do these ideas that maybe are a little bit half-baked, which are fine. Half-baked ideas are fine because you can always use those ideas to springboard into something else. Also, ask yourself the 5 whys when you're doing your innovation. Why do we need this? Why is this important? Why will people use this? Why is this? And as you keep going down those 5 whys, you're going to come to the emotional level that then will stimulate why things really happen and give you great ideas. The other thing I feel that a lot of times with innovation in brainstorming sessions, people tend to not really have a clear idea on the problem that they're trying to solve. So it's very loosey-goosey and different ideas are coming up for different things. It's not really efficient like that. So when you're putting together your brainstorming session, use a specific problem that or challenge that you're trying to address. Keep that tight and then keep going, the ideas. And the first round of ideas, they could be things that, well, we've already thought of those. I mean, not that you say that, but you know, they're not really. But as you keep going down with that brainstorming, you'll come up with better and better ideas. Another thing is there's going to be people in your brainstorming that are very vocal. That's awesome. That's great to get the ball rolling and to get the ideas flowing. But you also need to pick on those people that are quieter, because those quieter people often have listened to what's going on with the other ideas and they've come up with additional ideas, taken those ideas to that next level. And they usually have some brilliant ideas to say, but they tend to be a little bit closer to the vest, and they're not as forthcoming with the ideas. So it's important that you call on everybody and get everybody's opinion there. Another thing that's really a good suggestion is the 2 pizza rule, which I'm sure you've heard about, but I'll say it anyway. You should never have a brainstorming session that's larger than you can feed with 2 pizzas. So keep those brainstorming sessions small, keep them condensed, keep it really focused on exactly what problem you're trying to solve, and you'll see that your brainstorming will be innovative, it will be creative, and it will really help you to move forward. Yeah, so you'll be solving those problems. So before we sign off, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. If you missed the first 2, you might want to go back and look at those. There's some really good information in there. I'm inviting everyone to check out Business on the Beach. It's in Dominican Republic, May 3rd through the 9th. And this time we're going to be focusing on book marketing and media training. And if you haven't written a book, but you may be thinking about writing a book, this would be a great event for you to participate in, because it's going to position people to understand how to go about creating the media, creating the marketing, creating the content generation, all of the things that they need to put in place before they write their book. Another thing that we're going to talk about is the target market and the message for the book. So that's great to really be able to figure out how you can actually position your book as a sales tool right away. And we're going to talk about other ways that you could use your book as a marketing tool, other ways you can generate money, revenue, create other revenue streams with your book. So it's really a precursor for a book. If you have a book, we're going to talk about ramping up your current book and how you can get that out there and making money for you. Another thing I have coming up, which is very exciting, is I'm going to be doing a physical and a virtual program for entrepreneurs, 1 weekend to entrepreneurial success. And I'm going to be hosting that on a Google Hangout and also physical here at my office on April 18th and 19th. And that's going to be from 9 to 5 in the afternoon. We're going to talk a lot about the subconscious behavior patterns. We're going to do some exercises. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. For the people that I have here, I'm going to be offering lunch and snacks and refreshments and all the materials that we need. The people that are signed up at their own location, I'm going to send a packet of materials to them before the event. And that event is going to be, it's going to be 15 hours of face-to-face information. It's everything that I take my clients through, just a very condensed version. And the investment for that program is $495. And I am offering a full money-back guarantee. If you have gone through this program and you did not receive results from this program, if you didn't receive information that you think is going to help you to make more money, to increase your revenue, to open up new revenue streams, absolutely contact me, because if you're not completely satisfied, I am going to write you a check for the full amount of the tuition for this program. I'm going to have experts coming in via satellite from other parts of the country that are going to be talking about how they've used the information that I've given them to move their businesses forward, to open up new revenue streams, to get best-selling books. And they're going to give you also tips and tricks and tactics that they've used that have moved them forward. And we are having a superstar. We are going to have Star Pillmore is also going to be giving us some visualization. We're going to be doing visualization with her. We're going to be doing goal setting. And we're also going to be doing We're going to be doing the her goal-getting program, and we're going to be learning a lot. Tom Corley will be with us, telling us, giving us his secrets to how he uses his daily habits to get success, and also how he got his best-selling book. And Yudi Sid, who speaks to over 2 million people a week in the media, she's going to be on hand. She's going to be helping us out with this. So we're going, and there could be other guests as well. I haven't really thought about other people that I really want to bring their information to you. But this is going to be a great event. It's going to be right here on Google. I am going to post something on my website, which is saltarsbusinessonthebeach.com. It's a great opportunity to get in here, to learn more about your business. If your business is, maybe it's stuck. Maybe your business, you feel like you're in a bit of a rut. Maybe you've been doing things for quite a while the same way, and you really feel like you want to jumpstart it. You want to move it forward. You want some new information. It's awesome. I'm so excited about this event because it's going to be able to bring new people that probably don't know each other together. And then we're going to also be, after the event, we're going to be having a series of a few mastermind calls, probably until I leave for the Dominican Republic, and maybe 1 or 2 when I come back, so we can solidify some of this information. That mastermind is incredibly powerful. I am amazed at how quickly people have been able to move forward from the Business on the Beach in November. So I invite you to check it out. I'm going to be putting that up in a little while. I'm on my way out to lunch, but when I get back from that, I will put that information up there. And by all means, give me a call if you're interested. You can sign up directly, but really think about it, because this is such a low point of entry to get in. And if you can't use this information to increase revenue in your business, I just can't understand why. Because my clients use the same information and they triple their income. So you can do that as well. You can absolutely, I'm not saying that you can triple your income with just 2 days. My clients work with me longer, but you should be able to grab some of the nuggets in there. Even if you implement just a few things from this training, you'll be able to take your business and move your business forward. Get new ideas, get new information, really figure out how you can move your business forward. We're going to have brainstorming sessions. We're going to have exercises. We're going to have fun things that you're going to really look at your regular business in a new way, in an exciting way. Look at it very differently. And you're going to come up with ideas to make more money, to have more fun, to do great things. Because you know what? If your business isn't fun, I don't know. I was just listening to the CEO of Zappos, and he sold his first business to, I think it was Microsoft. And the reason he sold it, not because it wasn't successful, not because it wasn't making money, he wasn't having fun anymore. If you're not having fun, we got to do something to bring that fun back into your business. You're in charge. You're the entrepreneur. You're the CEO. You're the chief operating officer. You are the king and the queen of your fantasy. So let's make it fun. Let's make it exciting. Absolutely, this event that I'm talking about is going to be fun. It's going to be great fun. So I invite you, check it out. I'm going to have this stuff up later, and I hope that you're going to be able to make it. It's going to be a gas. I mean, I love getting up there in front of people, teaching, training, taking them through exercises. It's going to be exciting, dynamic, and it won't be boring. You can bet your sweet that it's not going to be boring. I hope that you have a great weekend, and tune in on Monday. I'm going to have another video up for you. So I will talk to you soon. You take care. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.